You're listening to Blue Please here on WoW Radio with myself, Total Biscuit. I got a confession to make. I got a confession to make. Yeah. I said a while ago that I'd stop bashing on WoW Insider, but they had to go and do the stupidest thing I have seen in years. I cannot stay silent when they spread lies and misinformation. It is irresponsible. Not just to spread the information, but to sit by and do nothing while people are taken in by it. Now, I don't pretend to think that any of my listeners are stupid enough to fall for this, so of course I'm preaching to the choir a little bit there. And I understand that some of you might be annoyed by the fact that I'm bashing WoW Insider again. But I'm sorry, it's too important an issue to ignore. It's cancer within the community, people. I kid you not, it's the Fox News of World of Warcraft. We've seen what they can do. Rabble-rousing nonsense. I expect tea parties at any bloody moment in Orgrimmar and Stormwind. There is a specific article that has annoyed an awful lot of people. Myself included. I read this with utter, complete disbelief. Absolute garbage. And you know what the amusing thing is? They changed a word. Over the last few hours, they changed a word in the title. Oh, so funny. You have the journalistic abilities of a dormouse. Good lord. Quick, let's change it because it's annoying people. Oh, that's because we didn't think when we posted it. Or maybe we did. We did think of the impact this would have. We did realise what a rabble it would rouse. Rah. Oh yes, we realised that because you know what's next to it? A bunch of advertisements. And you know what we are? Yes, we are owned by AOL. AOL owns Weblogs Inc., which owns in turn WoW Insider. So if you think that they are not in it for profit and they're in for the good of the community, then you are deluded. There is no factual basis for assuming that. Indeed, the factual basis indicates the opposite. Now, what this page, which is going to be linked, of course, in the channel, irc.quakenet.org, #, WoW Radio, WC Radio, in fact. You can go check it out on wow.com. Sorry for infecting your browsers with such nonsense. Go check it out. It's now called Account Administration Encouraged Not to Restore Hacked Characters. Whereas before, indeed about 30 or so minutes ago, it says, WoW Account Administration told not to restore hacked characters. What a joke. Oh, I am laughing my ass off. In my head, of course. Hilarious. So, let me tell you about this article. Now, what Blizzard are going to be doing is they are going to be introducing what's called a care package. Now, this care package is going to contain 2,500 gold, 2 Emblems of Frost, and 10 Emblems of Triumph for every day the player has had to wait to receive the care package. Okay? So, it's basically compensation for missed playtime. And it allows you to get a bunch of stuff easily. It makes perfect sense. Now, this is being offered, and this is the fact. Yeah? These are the facts. Cold, hard facts. It is being offered as an alternative to waiting in a queue for your account to be restored. Now, here's the problem. It seems that WoW Insider have taken their misguided opinion, indeed the Mr. Adam Holinsky, who you will be aware was responsible for certain things like the WoW alpha leaks. You remember that? I do. We're not allowed to leak the alpha stuff anymore, so we're going to post the link. Tee-hee-hee. Zero journalistic integrity from that man. The garbage he spouts is unbelievable. You can read this. The problem I've got with this is portraying this as news. See what it's under? Blizzard. News items. Account security. What it doesn't say is opinion puff piece. Sensationalist nonsense. Yellow journalism in its most puerile form. Rabble-rousing. Nonsense. Driving traffic to your site over a non-issue. Why? Weasel words. Lies. Misinterpretations. Deliberate misinterpretations. So, what am I talking about exactly? Where are these misinterpretations? Where are these lies? Well, quote, If the player does not accept the care package, then they are forced to go into a character restoration queue that is consistently several days to weeks long. Really? Forced? Okay. So, let's have a think about this. What did they do before? What did they do before this happened? If you got your account hacked, you, let's see, reported it, and you went into a queue. Okay. So now, you can either take the care package or go into the queue, which will now be shorter because some people take the care package. If you don't have all that many things to buy, for instance, maybe if your character wasn't well geared, you might very well want the care package. Why not? Think about it. Especially if you're one of those newer characters. 2,500 gold, that's a big boon. And if you had to wait to receive it, that's a lot of Emblems of Triumph. It seems reasonable. So, what they're saying is, they are forced to go into a queue that was shorter than it was before, which they would have had to go into anyway, because that was the only system there, and WoW Insider are whining about this new alternative. And claiming that it's forcing them into a weeks-long queue without their character in World of Warcraft! It's terrifying, I know, I'm literally cringing at this very moment. Oh, Adam Halinsky, tell us about the terrorists. Tell us who will keep us safe from these evil, evil hackers. Why will Blizzard not protect us? Why? Why? Quote, WoW.com believes that this practice, while potentially making some sense logistically... What do you mean, potentially making some sense logistically? It makes perfect sense logistically. Offer them another option that is quicker and is easier. It gets their account up quicker, it reduces the delays on the queues. Because you know what? You can't just throw money at a problem. What happens when you add card after card after card to the big house of cards? What happens? You generate bureaucracy. You generate inefficiency. You can't just throw money at a problem and have it disappear, which you would know if you ran a proper business. Potentially making some sense. How can this not benefit people? How is it possible that it does not benefit people? Sources that we have spoken to. Oh yes, confirmed we have inside sources. I remember the last inside sources. Also known as the MMO Champion front page at rawcast.com. Inside sources have confirmed. Oh, what a joke. Sources that we have spoken to will tell us that most account administrators do not agree with this policy. However, their hands are tied due to Blizzard management. Oh yes, let's rabble-rouse. Fight against the man! WoW.com believes Blizzard can do a better job at solving long restoration queue times without placing players' hard work as a secondary concern. What do you mean a secondary concern? The exact same system is in place. Allow me to quote, direct, on the record, from a GM. This is absolute 100% fact from a GM. Quote, well, normally, you report your account as hacked to a GM. Then that GM answers your ticket, takes the info, and then makes a case that goes into the queue. That queue is then done by the GMs assigned to it, who do their best to get you everything back that you lost. Normally, depending on how many people are in the queue can be longer. However, 95% of the time you get mailed everything you lost, down to the last stack of salted venison. The only issue is the wait time, which people obviously don't like, but due to a myriad of different scams people get caught in, including in-game whispers, phishing sites, mails, keyloggers, in ads on fan sites, it's tricky. Recently, if you googled WoW Armory, the first result was a sponsored link to a phishing site that looked like the Armory. I know people say that players are stupid for getting hacked, but sometimes it is just too easy to happen. And the queue is going to be long because this is happening a lot. And is it happening because it's Blizzard's fault? No, it isn't. It's got nothing to do with Blizzard. The fact of the matter is Blizzard are providing an excellent support structure to get your account back. You know who's causing this? Players. When was the last time WoW.com blamed the players for anything? Of course, they're not going to do that, because all they have are a massive readership of complete, total dumbass sycophants. They will swallow everything they're fed as fact. Nonsense. Wouldn't want to offend the player base, because you know what? Some of our readers might buy gold. They might stop reading our site when they're told that the gold buyers are scum, and they're told that the gold sellers are scum, and the combination of the two, and their greed, and their laziness, and their complete and total ignorance to how this works is why we have these issues to begin with. And we wouldn't want to offend the readers, because what does that cause? Oh, I remember. Lost ad revenue. We couldn't do that. We couldn't defend people. Let's be namby-pamby and take the middle of the road all the time. Except when we post these nonsense, yellow journalist tripe excuses for blog posts. News my arse. WoW.com believes? Try Adam Haliski believes. The tiny little barking dog trying desperately to make his opinion matter. Try Adam Haliski believes. I'm pretty sure that every staff member on WoW.com does not believe that. Because you know what? Every staff member on WoW.com isn't an idiot like Adam freaking Haliski. And indeed, every reader is not an idiot because Adam Haliski got called out. Called out by a bunch of their own readers. Quote from Waveman Callie, I think this is a perfectly reasonable policy. They are trying to lessen the workload of their employees and provide at least some consolation to people that don't want to wait. Why should Blizzard give you free products because you fail to protect your computer? Quote from Salus, honestly, this article needs to be edited. Frankly, it has a sensationalist and frankly misleading title. And as you can see from the comments, people are not fully understanding the situation and are freaking out. That's what happens when you twist the truth. That's what happens when you pretend that this is news. That is what happens when you inject your dumb opinion into what is supposed to be a news post. You see this show right here? A news and comment. An opinion. That's all it is. I expect you to take everything I say with a huge mound of salt. Never, ever, ever take what I say as gospel. Fact check me. Have your own opinions. Formulate it. That's how great opinions get made. When you are subjected to other opinions, extreme or otherwise, you are able to formulate a proper opinion based on the facts and based on your peers and the people around you. Based on your knowledge of the subject. That's how you do it. You do not read garbage like this that pretends to be news. The only opinion I can formulate on this basis is that Adam Haliski has no idea what he's talking about. And is doing nothing more than trying to raise the roof and cause a rabble. Get a lynch mob together. Get some pitchforks and freaking torches. Go burn out Blizzard. It's not Blizzard's fault that these accounts get hacked. It's not Blizzard's fault that they're attempting to reduce the queue as much as possible by providing an option that wasn't there to begin with. It's not Blizzard's fault that they provide the best account recovery and hacking support in the world when it comes to MMOs. What other MMOs work this hard against gold sellers? What other MMOs provide this level of support? And indeed, what other MMOs are this bloody large? It amazes me constantly that they are able to provide this support to so many millions of players. And the GMs work their arse off to do it, and they try their best. And sure, some of them screw up. Who doesn't in a customer service position? Who doesn't? I have in the past. Any one of you that has worked customer service, I can guarantee has screwed up in the past. Was it your fault? No, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, Adam. Everyone writes dumb articles from time to time. Now the question is, of course, where could you go that isn't WoW Insider for your news? Well, I've got a list of very cool stuff. I've got some good opinion blogs and some good news places. Here's a couple of places you could check out. worldofmaticus.com, one of the most knowledgeable players in the entire freaking world. Go read that blog. That's a good blog. How about Pink Pigtail Inn? Great opinion blog. Fantastic blog. What about eskhatch.blogspot.com? That's esk-hatch.blogspot.com. The escape hatch. Great opinion pieces there. Fantastic stuff. What about the Twisting Nether blogcast at twistingnether.net? How about rawcast.com, who has their own talented staff of writers who are able to outwrite anything that goes on wow.com? And indeed, do not pretend that their opinion pieces are anything but. How about those sites? Why don't you go and have a look at them? And if you want some WoW news, why don't you try worldofwar.net or MMO Champion, which never lies. They stick to the facts. Whatever you can say about them, about getting alpha leak content and stuff like that, they do not lie and they are not biased. It's as simple as that. Those are the places to go, and indeed that's all that WoW.com does anyway. Go to MMO Champion, read it, create opinion puff piece, spell check, release it, make money off said piece. I wouldn't respect that. I wouldn't back that up, and I understand that a lot of the people that do read WoW.com are not stupid. But open your eyes, people, seriously. If this is the kind of garbage they're gonna put out, and then you go on the forums and you see the rubbish, the fallout of this result, you see the fallout of this nonsense, this yellow journalism, and you wonder why the player base is so misinformed, you wonder why the player base are so twitchy and easy to upset, look no further than WoW Insider. My name is Total Biscuit. You're listening to Blue Please here on WoW Radio. I'll be right back after this. Enjoy.